If she had only been ugly.
What's wrong with Cambodia? I
does
felt we should
Cambodia
never have
rubbish?
gone into
That was
Cambodia.
Vietnam War.
I'm in my 60s. I feel bad for the veterans.
60?
Huh?
That's all you are at 60?
66.
66. How are you, man? Richard Lewis, I'm sure you know.
You know, you're starting off on a
It's a
really
pleasure to have
fucking
Richard.
bad track.
It's a pleasure to have Richard and his joy.
I did Carnegie Hall. Know what you doing when I was doing Carnegie Hall?
What?
Where you from? Isn't Philly great? I love hoagies.
I never did Philly.
Oh, really?
I never did Philly. Went right to New York and
You're
failed.
from Philly.
I know where I'm from. They didn't have any clubs there. They had Grandma Minis.
They had the Bijou and they had the Comedy
Well,
Works.
you were a big act. You were number 45 in the top
That's
100.
Forget all that crap.
You should be so proud. I was number 79. You're 50 people better than me. 40 people.
Rita Rudner's ahead of you.
Well,
She's funny.
You think?
Yeah, I think she writes great one-liners. And
She does. She writes great stuff.
Great
Did you ever
stuff.
laugh at her? Tell the truth. This is an interview.
I did.
What did you laugh at? Do you remember?
I don't recall because I'm a recovered drug addict.
How long are you
years
going to
August.
fucking play that card? Are you going to tell me how long it's been since you drank, too? You know what I say?
Just because you shoved a bottle of champagne up your ass an hour ago doesn't mean I can't boast about being sober.
How did you know that?
It's all over Variety.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It's still in my ass.
Well, that's part of your sexuality. I'm not homophobic.
Well, no, it's got to be champagne. I'm not some cheap wine up my ass.
All right, let's go
My
another
ass is
route.
very special.
Let's make a left turn.
Don't tell me how to lead an interview.
Oh, this is your show?
No, it's your show.
Can you have a bigger? Are you shooting a logo?
Thanks for having me off. Thanks for having me on the show.
Logo is bigger than the Armageddon movie.
First of all,
this is a tax. This is what kills the world. This logo.
15 minutes late. What are you going to do now? Take a nap?
I came at 10 to 3.
And I said, let's come in. And you go, no, I'm going to go have a cappuccino.
Because I figured you had to set up.
Did you or did you not have something to eat?
I had some noodle kugel.
Yes, a kugel.
Yeah.
You had a kugel?
I don't know kugel.
Yeah, a bissel of a kugel? A schmiegel of a bissel? I had some.
Can I tell you right now, you have more range than De Niro.
Thank you, but when he does it right. I had.
He couldn't do what you do.
I can't.
You're
do
one of
what
my
he does.
top 28 comics in American history.
Are you
28? I figured it out before I got here.
really?
I'm not going to give you.
You talking about the Old West, the pioneer days? Because there were some fucking pioneer guys that killed me.
Oh, Billy the Kid Horowitz? Funny.
Billy the Kid. You know, I didn't know he was Jewish. He wasn't a
Horowitz, babe.
I know, but he went by Billy the Kid. His nomenclature was.
No, but he changed it.
I didn't know. Well, you were there. I wasn't born yet.
I'm not that much older than you.
do.
I'm not that much older.
Don't
than
scream at me, Richard.
That's
I've had it with you. Lower your voice and change your tone and work on your pitch. Your timbre, I like.
You like my timber?
I like your timbre. You look good, man. It's good to see you.
Let me ask you a question. It's my pleasure. Let me ask you a question. When are you going to eventually look at the audience and have an out-of-body experience and go, I did it. I have nothing to prove. Good night. I'm never coming back.
First of all,
is it just a matter of cash flow for you? You have money.
I'm so tired of my fucking act. I astral project.
I don't have an act, thank God. Go on.
Oh, boy, I know. I seen your notes.
I don't have notes either. You forgot. I ad-lib half my show. With thanks. The only reason I do it, otherwise I'd quit.
That's why it doesn't have to be as funny as guys that actually...
No, it's probably not, because you do the same shit every night.
I don't do the same shit, because I can't remember it.
Oh.
I do different shit that was... Or I think I remember the old stuff.
Don't give me this. I'm not as funny. I'm one of the funniest guys in a...
Who said you weren't as funny?
You just said that's why it's not as funny as people that do the same goal.
We have this thing in Philly called kidding.
I'm so fragile, aren't I?
You are. You're a delicate flower for a man. You know, you could have given me a fucking ride from the airport. Sorry I brought it up. Things were going swimmingly.
Well, tell them the story. I'm not going to repeat this vomit.
Okay, let me ask you this. You sit next to...
Who are you talking to, Ghosts?
I'm talking to the camera.
Where's there a camera?
There's cameras all over the place.
Jesus Christ, this is like Gitmo.
We have Richard Lewis on the show today, if you haven't noticed. What's the matter?
No, I had a gig at a big venue. You had a gig at a smaller venue that didn't supply you with a...
Big venue, Cobb's Comedy Club?
500 people. You had one with 122 people. Yeah, I sold out on weekends, please.
You didn't sell, but my ass, you didn't. Who'd you have? Dat fan with you? One of those Asian kids that draw?
No, I had Springsteen.
Well, he's good. He's funny.
But I didn't give you a ride to your hotel because it was in a neighborhood that scared me.
No,
and
I didn't want to ride to the
and
hotel.
I just got through watching The Wire.
All I wanted was a ride to your hotel. Then I would have taken a cab. But not even that. You left me high and dry.
Because I had to pick up a prescription.
So I can't come with that?
No, because I didn't want you to know, and you would have talked about it forever. And
I would never have talked
and then
about
as
it.
Needy as you were, you hocked me on radio shows. I don't know where
I hocked you.
You called me like
Talking American, not Yiddish.
You called me like at 4 in the morning here to get me on drive time, like in Ohio, just to mock
No, it was
me.
Miami. It was the Paul and Young Ron show.
They're great.
They're great. They loved you.
I think he retired, didn't he?
No.
Oh, someone retired.
Not
recently.
retarded. Oh, retired?
Some big shot retired. That
No.
doesn't matter.
Alex Bennett. No, he's back.
He's what he's on Sirius. All right, people
Yeah.
don't care. He was great though. He was an original. He still is. He used to talk about his life and his ex-wife.
Yeah, he helped me. He helped all of us draw in San Francisco.
Yeah, that was fun back in
You ever
those
do
days.
Philly?
I just came back from Helium. It's a nice club.
Did you do Angelo Cataldi's show?
Was that an opera star?
Yeah, an upper store. I do. You know what I do?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's WIP Sports. You don't know sports. Do you?
I've done a million radio and television shows,
Watch the
1,000
tone, watch the
network
tone.
shows. Why should I remember? I just go.
Because
all I
you're
care
a
about is
person.
the audience that night. When how about you? I ask you a question. When I leave a city, and I've done 7 radio shows and 2 news shows, by the time I get to my gate, I have no recollection of what I did. I just don't.
See, I don't think senility is a funny thing.
No, I just don't want to remember, man, because I know I'm heading to
Don't you
another
have
venue.
favorites though that you like going, like Paul and Young Ron,
They're great.
Cataldi?
Yeah, of course. There's some great radio shows, and a
Who's
lot
the
of
other
them
one?
suck.
Preston and Steve.
I love the guys in Denver. They're great. Lewis.
Oh, Louis Floorwax.
They're phenomenal.
Yeah, they were out of town when I was there.
They're just great. There's some great ones. Every city has a couple, and then you're stuck with some.
Todd and Tyler from Omaha was
Look,
good.
don't start making me name people that I can't remember them.
I'm not making you do anything.
Because you're sucking up, man.
I'm not sucking up.
There's a lot of
At
great.
Dom Irrera, if you want to follow me.
I follow you on Twitter.
Do you really?
No, because I couldn't find your name. I couldn't spell it. You have 2 M's or 1 M.
Well, Richard Lewis isn't your real name, right?
Yes, it is.
What's your real name?
Lewis.
Like Larry David, that's his real name?
Maybe not originally. My father changed his name from Lipchansky.
My name is Irrera, my real name. Jaime.
Should I laugh now or fax you that I didn't laugh?
Fax me that you didn't laugh. It's more hurtful.
Who faxes anymore, by the way? Anybody?
I don't know. I was just Xeroxing yesterday, and I was asking one of my friends that.
By the way, where'd you get this set? From the Khrushchev Eisenhower summit?
I knew you'd make a reference. It was contemporary.
This is contemporary?
No, Eisenhower reference. You never failed.
Because I'm not giving up on my age and I'm not going to fucking bullshit.
You
that
did a
I'm
Perry
30.
Como reference.
And I got big laughs from
From who?
those 2 people. They were dead. They were near death.
They were on death's doorstep.
Let me tell you something. You're going to be very happy with this interview because you're going to have people coming on here and they're going to do their routines and all that bullshit. You don't need that.
I don't
I've been doing this 45 years. I don't have to fucking do anything
Nobody
I don't want to do.
does their act on my show.
Well, they should because you're not doing anything that's worthy.
I'm not. I don't have. I need more. What's it called? Talent. If I had more talent.
Oh, you're hilarious. Don't make me stroke you, man.
You were almost going to laugh. You were thinking about laughing. That was you laughing. That's a professional comedian laughing. You're hilarious. Don't make me stroke you.
People have always said that. I laugh out loud when you're funny. So far, you haven't come through, but you will.
You pulled my tie when Jerry Lewis was talking to me at the Ace Awards.
How long was I drunk? Probably.
I don't know. I don't think I ever knew you when you drank.
20 years ago.
No, it wasn't 20 years ago. It's a shame that you don't drink. You know what we should do? Take a drink and have a shot to your sobriety.
No, don't give me this Howard
One
Stern.
shot. But he does that?
He tries to torture me.
That doesn't matter. I haven't drank for almost 2 weeks. You know what that is in downtime?
Detox. Lenny Bruce used to detox.
No, I just didn't. I got like Tom Dreesen said it best. I got sick of being sick. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Well, he didn't have a drinking problem, did he?
Well, yeah, he did a long time ago. With Sinatra and those guys.
Well, it was, what are you going to go out with Frank and
I've
order a
got
chopped
you
liver sandwich?
under my skin.
Jeez, can I just say right now?
Yeah, you can.
absolutely the worst impression of Sinatra in history.
Wasn't an impression.
What was it?
It was
You
just-
tried. He used to go shoot. I got a great Sinatra story.
You do Paul Reiser impression, right?
I got a great Sinatra
Don't
story.
you do Reiser? Let me hear it.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, that's good.
Yeah. Now we made up. He apologized. He took my style when I moved to L.A. because he didn't have a style. It doesn't matter. He didn't have my brain, thank God.
Well,
For him, I was some sort of twisted. He's
yeah,
a
but
nice
who
guy.
did you love? I bet you loved Woody Allen.
His joke writing and then Lenny and Pryor.
I never laughed at Lenny Bruce, but I
Because
always
you don't understand him.
No, because I never saw him do anything funny. He's always bitching about something political, about the
Because
cops.
you remember the last couple of years, and
I
there's
don't remember anything.
you got to get the Berkeley double album and the Coranth Theater and Carnegie Hall, and you'll realize that he's one of the
I'm
greatest.
sure he must have done
humorists.
something that I didn't see because
Must have done something. He opened the door for us, and for Pryor. I think Pryor arguably is the greatest stand-up comedian that ever lived for many reasons, but we don't have to.
well, there's no
discuss.
greatest stand-up because it's subjective. It's not like the 100-yard dash. The greatest stand-up whoever lived.
I know, but I bet I know who you like the best.
Who?
Buddy Hackett.
No, Woody Allen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you don't really do a lot. Do you do a lot of one-liners?
Doesn't mean that I have to do it. I just that's who I.
Yeah,
I
but he
think
stopped in 26.
he stopped because Charlie Jaffe was a friend of mine, one of his managers.
Me too.
And
Great guy.
Yeah, I love Charlie. But he said that Woody used to get sick every time he
I
did
know he
stand-up.
threw up before each show, but he
Was
was
he Bill Russell? See, I did a
Are you
reference.
equating Woody with Bill Russell?
Well, Bill
stand-up?
Russell used to get sick before every game.
I get nervous before every show because I don't know what I'm going to say. You, of course, know every line that you're going to say.
verbatim. I even know my heckler squelchers, which I master.
You know,
at.
by the way, heckler
Like heckle me
squelches
and I'll
has
show
never
you.
been said on radio.
Heckle me, and I'll give you an example of it.
Nice shirt. Would you fall on a bush?
Hey, blow me, pal. What'd you think? Huh?
You know what?
I'm
One
always
of the
writing.
more-
I'm always writing.
It's so original.
John Katz gave me
Let
that.
me try another one.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. I'm not suggesting you have a toupee, but it wouldn't hurt.
Your mother. How's that, huh? That's why I.
Can I say right now?
I guarantee.
Better than the pit bull of comedy.
the pit bull, my ass. He's so fragile.
He is fragile.
Bobby Slayton
You
is
think
one
he's
of the
bitter,
most
Bobby? I think he's hilarious.
bitter. He's so
What,
jealous.
does he think he should be like a bigger name?
I don't know. Hey, how'd you get that? How much they paying you? You know what I do? I constantly fuck with him. He said to me, he goes, how
Oh,
much
did he ask you what you get paid? Fuck,
He goes,
fuck
what-
anybody.
He goes, what should I ask you?
You don't have
ask
to
for?
deserve. They don't deserve to know.
He goes, what should I ask for? I go, what'd you get? I go, Bob, it doesn't matter what I got. You can't ask for my kind of money. Ask
Right.
at your level. You know?
Oh, that's
just,
great.
Just to fuck with
Oh.
him. I saw
Hey,
him
by
at-
the way, one of our best friends died last month, David Brenner.
David Brenner, I know.
I went to the eulogy. I just can't believe he's not around. I know him since I'm 22 years old. He was a great mentor to a lot of us.
He was great to me. He really, like instead of being like a guy like, hey, you're another guy from Philly, he made it like, wow, you're another guy from Philly.
And he wasn't threatened. You know why? Because he was fucking murdered. And one of the reasons he was great, he could make hip audiences laugh, square audiences laugh, old, young. Very few people could do that. I mean, if I'm staring at a real elderly crowd or like young kids, I'm fucked, man. I'm fucked.
I don't know who did things first, but all I know is when I was a kid,
Observational
he was
stuff.
the first one that did the observational stuff.
But with little twist, and then they all did it. Then he started, yeah, I agree.
I mean, about the most mundane stuff he'd make funny.
He would make mundane stuff seem like a blind, like seeing eye dog. No seeing eye dogs a lot. Who's that for? That sign.
Right. Yeah, that
He had a twist to it. Then they became
amazing. Do you know how many fucking Tonight shows he did?
like 190 or
Yeah.
some shit.
Holy shit. Can you imagine writing that much material?
Yeah, me.
It's unfathomable.
I've done-
I mean, Dreesen did a lot, but David did twice as many.
And he was a good host. He should have gotten the show.
He should have gotten the show.
He was a great host. He's a great guy. He'd be missed.
Let me ask you this, because people,
I think you're now getting drained from this interview.
it's a little heavy for me to
Because
be.
I'm like the John Cassavetes of comedy. You know who he is?
Yeah, but they don't. I have a very big college following. The kids love me.
All right, Cassavetes is a great independent filmmaker. Rent faces.
He's an actor.
Director.
He's an actor who didn't get any more acting work, so then he became a director.
He's a genius, and he's the godfather of American independent films.
Godfather of my
and
ass.
Stop condescending to your audience.
I like John Cassavetes.
Do you have a big college audience?
Very big.
What,
huge.
a barber college?
No, DeVry. DeVry University.
But that's online, isn't it?
It's online, but it's still a college, motherfucker.
Do they fax you the diploma?
Are you allowed to curse here? Yes, they fax the diplomas.
Yeah, they don't email it to you?
You went to Ohio State?
Yeah, I graduated too. You didn't graduate,
I graduated.
No, you didn't, because I heard you broke your computer the week before your finals.
We didn't have computers then. We had faxes.
Are you worried about death?
Yes, every day. When I was 4, I remember thinking, I can't believe I'm going to die someday. Something so precious and cute as
That's
me.
Such a nice thing.
I really couldn't believe it. Yeah, are you worried about that?
I worried when I was in 8th grade. I sat down. I said, "How old will I be in 2000?" And I did the math. It freaked me out.
You didn't die?
Not yet, but you know it's going to happen. And I do not know what I told Jamie Masada, the owner of this club. I do not want to see Richard Lewis make rest in peace. Make God
don't
laugh.
tell me you're going to say the same line I said. Tell me.
No, here's what I said. I want, ladies and gentlemen, Richard Lewis. Then I want rest and anxiety. Then he can, if he wants to put make God laugh, fine. Do not want that same shit up there.
Here's what I want.
What do you want?
I like yours, by the way.
Thanks.
It says, it says like, John Panette, make God laugh. I want
rest in peace.
I want God, make Dom Irrera laugh.
I love that.
Huh?
That's fucking great. You know what's on my tombstone? Because I have it in my will.
What?
Because I'm so exhausted from this. No second show. I'm so out. Oh, you laugh. Good.
It's funny.
That's not bad, is it?
It's very good.
Yeah, but I feel that way. I mean, I love the audiences when I'm on, but I'm so... You don't get tired because, you don't work.
You know,
work
I
like
think
once
you're a
every 8
naturally funny
weeks.
person. You
Huh?
know that. You know you're a naturally funny person.
In this chair, I have no choice. You know why? Because my spine is ripping through my colon. And it's
Here he goes. You, Larry David, Seinfeld, Tom Papa, there's certain people that are naturally funny. There are other people that have to work at it. You, natural.
Well, so, you too. I hate to stroke you, but it's true. You've lost some weight. You lost a lot of weight.
I didn't drink for 2 weeks.
And, well, that's cool.
I'm going to drink tonight. I'm flying to Australia.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Am I really what?
You doing gigs in Australia?
Yeah, that's why I wanted you to come in here.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do they really like us down
That's
here?
two questions. Just ask the question without asking.
Do you have to change languages? It's like coffee called kakala?
I speak mostly French and Ebonics there.
How big are you with the Aborigines? Because that's a big population.
The bigger the nostrils, the bigger the act. That's what I say.
Where are you going to perform there?
I'm going to be in, this is going to be on after that, but...
I don't give a shit. But
no, I'm in Sydney
talking about
and Perth. I'm going to Perth.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah. No, not Perth. I've been to Australia many times.
You have a follow? Many times?
I do have a following, yeah.
Why would you go there?
Why would you not go there?
The bread better be good.
The bread's good. The flight is fun.
If you drink, it's fun. I don't drink. I couldn't bear it.
Do you take anxiety? Do you take Xanax?
No.
What do you take for anxiety?
It's none of your fucking business.
What kind of interview is that?
Well, because if I'm having a nervous...
Who comes to an interview and says it's none of your fucking business? Jamie, we have Fraser Smith on. Jamie told him to shut up.
Why?
Because Jamie wanted to tell a story. I go, you can't tell a guest to shut up, Jamie. That's why they're here, to talk.
I'm not being rude. I'm just saying if I have a problem, I go to a doctor, and if he prescribes me something, I'll take it. But I'm sober. I'm clean.
I'm not saying you're high on it. I was just saying if you have an anxiety attack,
I'd call my doctor, and I'd go down to the drugstore.
The attack is over. By the time you hear his voice, it soothes you.
No, my wife would drive me down to the drugstore and get him for me if I needed him. But I'm very calm now.
Your wife, by the way, of all the comedians' wives, best kisser. Seriously.
You think so?
Oh,
she's gorgeous, my wife.
She does that thing with the tongue. Tell her I said thank you.
Moments away from leaping.
You come on. Come. I ain't going nowhere.
I think I could take you.
You couldn't take me.
You don't think why?
Because I would start telling you shit that you would question. I go, you're a fucking pussy. In the middle of the fight, you really think I'm a pussy?
You think I think you're right. I don't think I can beat anyone up if they started questioning my
I
talent.
would start questioning. That bit you do. It was an old bit.
I do a
Richard.
million bits.
That was but that one was old, and it was very derivative.
Which one?
But see,
Derivative. I don't steal from. I'm the most ethical
that's what I'm
comic in
saying.
America.
In the middle of a fight, you would get distracted.
Oh, if you said that.
I said derivative. Yeah.
Yeah, you motherfucker, you're derivative.
Why? What do you mean derivative?
Then you punch me. Who's your favorite fighter? Joe Frazier? Because you're from Philly?
My favorite fighter.
I would say Rocky Marciano.
Well, I don't remember him, but
Tyson.
Tyson was he was
Killer.
Incredible. I would say Tyson was
Sober now, too.
He was the most exciting fighter I've ever seen because
you're too young to remember Hagler, Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard. Those guys were unbelievable.
No, I remember.
Duran was my favorite because he was like Satan.
Humberto Duran.
No mas.
What was the other guy?
Hearns.
Carlos Mencia. Oh no, he was a comedian.
He stole his left jab. Is that true? Did he steal a lot of shit from that guy Rogan?
No, he didn't steal from Rogan. He'd be fucking crazy to steal from Joe. No, but Joe.
I don't know Joe. I don't know any of these guys.
He's a good friend of mine, Joe. But
who did he say? Some guy was angry at him.
Joe was, Joe cares more about that stuff than I do. But I respect him for it. I love Joe. But
wasn't that the guy who was angry at him?
Yeah, and he was the one that went on.
I thought it was a big fight.
No, but it wasn't about Joe's material. It was about other material. He used to call him Carlos Mencia, which is pretty funny.
Does he own up to it that he did?
I don't know, but he did. He ripped something off of a Bill Cosby album. Who the fuck steals from Bill Cosby?
Hey, you think guys on cruises now can't go and get 10 tapes and do the best 10 minutes of every tape and kill? Of course.
You ever do cruises?
No, I'm not doing a cruise. I'll kill myself before I do a cruise.
I did 2, but they were like independent. One was a rock and roll one with Michael McDonald and Greg Raleigh. Eddie Money, we didn't have to. We didn't have fucking.
Who's Greg
we didn't have
Raleigh?
to wear.
I should know who's Greg Raleigh.
He sang. He was the lead singer for.
Foreigner?
No, Santana.
Oh, was he really?
White guy. I didn't know a white guy sang.
That's racist.
Racist? I'll show you a racist. You want to see racist?
So, what do you think of this whole thing? When is this going to be here? Like in 20 years?
It's going to be here in about 4 weeks.
So
Sterling will be.
He'll be history.
He'll be.
No, he won't
suspended by then.
Or suspended for sure, and yeah.
I think that it is that he has a history of it.
He does have a history.
It's not a surprise.
None.
People are acting as shocked about this.
There's rich racists and poor racists. What's the difference?
Yeah, there's. I
agree.
And I think people not only. Don't you think racism has to do with your mood of that day?
That's racist.
No, but I mean, I don't think that I don't really hate any group of people. But I remember saying to my girlfriend, we're in Charlotte, North Carolina.
What color is she?
She's a French Canadian. And I remember saying to her, it's got to be a fucking Asian woman driving that fucking car. Right? She's like real slow.
Oh, because that's a stereotype.
Yeah, but
they drive poorly.
She goes, how can you be so ignorant? Right?
Yeah.
You're so fucking ignorant. We pulled by, this little Asian woman's driving. Is that racism or is that,
Yeah, it's racist.
Ignorance?
Nah, it's just stereotyping.
I stereotype everybody. It's easier that way.
But I think stereotypes are real. Italians, Jews, Irish. We came here in Ellis Island with our own personalities.
Italians are like Jews who were proud that they got an associate's degree. They left after.
Don't do material here.
That's not material.
Embarrassing.
It's not material. You think that's good enough to be material?
That would get a laugh at a law center, Legal Zoom.
That's what I just did. LegalZoom.com. It killed.
You did Legal Zoom?
They asked me about you, and I told them that I didn't think you were.
Did you do it online? The show? Did you Skype it?
I did a show online. Yeah.
Do you ever Skype a show?
Yeah, I Skype. I Skyped it at Bananas. Because I was up in my room. I refused to go down.
What were you wearing?
I had a leotard.
Did you lose weight because you have a new girlfriend?
No, I didn't lose that much weight.
You did. You look much thinner.
How fucking fat did I look to you?
You're not. You did look at one time. I was worried about you.
Yeah, well.
I worried about you about a lot of things.
You got a good weight, huh? What do you weigh, 160?
140.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I'm over 200 pounds. I would beat the fuck out of you.
No, you think I weigh 160? Now we're not going to eat all day.
What are you, a model?
Huh?
What What are you, a model
I
now?
model skull caps on Fairfax. So where does this thing go? This podcast?
It goes all over the world.
All over the fucking
over the
world? Is it
world.
going to be in Perth?
It's going to be in Perth. But people, they.
Why don't you plug your dates?
I'm going to be in the Chicago Laugh Factory in May.
Yeah.
And I will be in Kilkenny.
I'll be in Seattle. I'll be in Seattle in 2 weeks at I can't think of
Go
the name.
beyond 2 weeks.
At Parlor Live. Oh, really?
Go to 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Go to 4 weeks.
June?
Fucking June. Remember when people used to do that as a punchline?
I'll be in Sag Harbor in June.
Oh, I love
Third
that
week
gig.
in June, that theater.
You're gonna love that.
I've done it.
It's nice, isn't it?
I've sold it out. Yeah.
All right, you sold it out.
Well, I'm just saying. Then I'll be at the
50 people?
Punchline in Atlanta. I've been there in 30 years.
You haven't been there in 30 years?
No. Is it nice? They change. Did they fix it at all?
It's exactly the same.
Jesus.
And the air conditioning always.
And in the back they have the room.
It used to be a country and western place. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I was lucky to get out of there alive.
I did the Improv last time down there. I enjoyed it.
Is the Improv nice in Atlanta? Yeah,
It's very nice.
I like it. I love playing Atlanta.
They got one of those ice bars.
Well, you like drinking, you know.
No, I don't even drink. You know, we have Coke for you, by the way.
I know, but see, when I used to, I had a lot of sex when, the first 30 years of my stand-up, and I used to hang out until 2 a.m.
There's one with that she got you with ice.
No,
You said you.
I don't. She touched the top of the
I was wondering
glass.
about that because I wouldn't trust going in and seeing a thing. And I was wondering if you were.
No, she put her finger in it.
No, but if you ever see people when they hand you a glass like this, I
With the
skeeve.
finger in it?
No, just like
What if
the
she
hand
has
around
Stevie's
it.
or something?
Well, get it on your face.
I know. But for a Diet Coke, is it worth having
No.
look like Elephant Man Jr.? No.
Elephant Man Jr. He does Elephant Man references. The man never went past this 74.
I died in what, 74? Well, what's wrong?
Nothing.
You know, one of my best jokes I ever wrote was about 30 years ago. When I was getting older and I was playing colleges, and I realized I didn't understand what the fuck I was talking about, I came up with a premise off of it so it was good on Letterman or whatever. I would say, like, without any regard to fucking up the premise, I go, ladies and gentlemen, Dwight Eisenhower, I mean Madonna.
It's funny.
It's a good joke.
Yeah.
So I would just change,
It's great.
It was just a premise. It's a good joke.
And you know the thing about...
Don't condescend, by the way.
I think it's great.
Isn't that a good
I'm
joke?
not condescending.
Oh.
It's simple. That's why I like simple jokes. Simple, beautiful.
What do you think? Why do you think I'm funny then?
I think you're funny because you're crazy. You're controlled crazy, which makes me laugh.
You have a good reputation. Do I have a good reputation?
Yeah. Yeah, but you're very
Are
good.
people jealous of you?
Bobby Slayton.
Oh, come on. You're kidding.
He really is. He's jealous of me.
Why? Because you guys are in
and I
similar
know he
genre?
likes me. I don't know. I did this thing called Full Frontal Comedy in the 90s.
Right.
And it was a Showtime series. And he wanted to host it desperately because he was dirty. And, I could be dirty and clean. He was more dirty. My wife's this, but that fucking cunt, And he would have probably been a good host, but I got the part, and he was.
Well, you need a clean host, generally.
Well, you need somebody that can go clean at least
right.
once in a while. I mean,
I don't know. He's an X-rated guy.
I don't know why he's not more popular in New York. I never got that.
He's not?
No. I mean, he was a San Francisco act, and he's so unlikely for San Francisco.
Well, he was from there for a long time.
Yeah, but I think.
Where do you play? I play every. Have you done Carnegie Hall or Town Hall?
No.
You really deserve to.
The only time I did Town Hall was for Belzer. I did a roast for Richard.
That's nice. You should really.
Why'd you make that face? You have a problem with him?
No, I know him for 45 years.
You don't like him?
No, I like him.
But you said it like a.
Because I wish you were headlining and not doing a roast. You deserve to do a 3,000-seater before you hang it up. Or at least co-headline with somebody.
You know what? I don't really care about that.
But it would be fun for you to be in a great historic venue.
I know what I wanted to ask you.
How come you never? Do you feel that?
How come you never?
Let me ask
made
you a
it
question.
bigger?
How come you never got yet? And it's not too late. If you would, here's the deal. I was once at Caroline's in New York with the first one. It held about 140 people.
The one on
7th Avenue.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of comics were in the. Anyway, I used to tape every show because it drove me nuts. And 3 months later, I got a series with Jamie Lee Curtis. 3 months later.
4 years, right?
4 years.
That's a good
And
run.
we got fucked out of a fifth year. Literally.
4 years is a good run.
Yeah, but we got fucked out of it. We got picked up for another year, and the executive fucked us. But it's a long. I don't want to get in there.
Well, you already did.
Well, I don't want to get into it. But 4 months after that show, I sold out Carnegie Hall. I was just the same guy. And it's only because all of a sudden 30, 40 million people saw my face.
Yeah, but see, at least 34 million people.
Well, why
saw your
can't
face.
you? Why you're a decent actor, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you go up for shows?
No, I don't like to dance for people. I'd rather be a fucking
Dancer? Oh, that's a little.
I'd rather be at the Bananas with Harlan and Arlene Jameson. I love them,
Yeah,
and
they're
I have a
great.
fun weekend. I don't feel like dancing for some fucking casting.
Even if it means you're going to make 25, 30 grand and sell out a.
I don't care.
Oh, that's cool. You're
I
an
really
artist.
don't care. I'm happy.
I don't care either. But
They
it's-
give me stuff,
But I would
I'll
love to
take
see
it.
you do it because you deserve it. You're one of the great comics in America.
Thank you, brother. Right back at you.
No, I swear to God, you're hilarious. You just when you're on fire, you got to stay away from you. You're on the, it's like you're on the ropes. And I mean it. That's why I'm only wishing because there's so many comics I despise. Half of them steal. Most of them are derivative. It's just, and you're an original. And there's so few originals left. There really are. They're dropping like flies.
Yeah, we lost.
Do you ever have a good conversation with Stephen Wright?
No. Never had a conversation with Steven.
What about a
only thing
conversation
I
between
ever-
Stephen Wright and Andy Kaufman? How would that be?
Oh my God. It would go a little something like this. I got to turn around. Steven,
I
one time.
turned around because my chair didn't have a wheel.
Right. I was
but
the
he's
improv,
brilliant, though.
in improv in New York, and they came in to see him for Letterman.
Yeah. Who's
And
Stephen?
it was so weird to see him like hungry and desperate because
Steven?
yeah, because of that persona
He
he
has
has.
such a cult following.
And I know. He said to me, he goes, "What should I do? Should I go ask him?" I said, "No, never ask him."
Ask
It was
him what?
Barry Sands. Do you remember Barry
Yeah, of
Sands?
course.
They were booking Letterman, and they said, he said, "Should I ask him?" I said, "No, don't ask him."
By the
Don't."
way, I'm on the wrong side. My right side is the better.
I noticed that. I noticed.
right
I
side,
swear,
look-
my hand to God, I
my
noticed it a minute
side,
ago.
I'm better looking. I'm very
Much
unhappy.
better looking. You should see how cute he is from this angle. But then it'll ruin the interview.
All right.
Come back, brother.
Yeah, I'm going to come back to do the right side. I'll come back to the right side when Hitler moves to Brentwood. Are you out of your fucking mind? I'm not doing this again.
Hitler. He does a hit. Oh, I didn't ask you to come back to the podcast. No, this is one and out.
What did you say to come back for?
I mean, come back to talk to me.
Remember I said I wanted to take you to the palm and have dinner?
I-
You never called me. And here's the thing people should know about
I
you.
tell you something?
No,
I'm gonna be back.
No, I'm going first.
All right.
You're a secretive man, okay? And just because I don't drink, you can drink all you want. Just if you have a problem.
I don't drink. I stopped drinking 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm going to drink on the plane, and then I'm not going to drink.
All right. So but don't worry about it. I'm not a cop. Drink, but just take care of
I
yourself.
don't want to drink. I'm tired of it.
And you wake up, but just moderate.
I woke up, got out of bed, dragged the comb across my head.
You having a nervous breakdown?
Remember that? You know where that's from?
It's the Beatles, you fucking idiot.
Well, how am I an idiot? Because it's the Beatles.
Because
No,
you don't
we-
think
you
you
can't
asked
come on
me.
my show
You
and
asked
call
me
me.
if I knew what that was.
It's a little, you don't know things as a contemporary as that.
I
would think
What
you
about
would know
this? You know this?
Earl Flynn.
You know this? Bum, bum, ba, da, da. That's how stupid it was.
That's Led Zeppelin. Bob, those little Zeppelin. That's Robert Plant. I remember this
You're
song.
digging a hole now. It's bigger
There's no
than
hole.
the grave you're going to be buried in.
There's no hole, and I'm not going to be buried. I'm going to ascend
Are you
into
getting
heaven.
cremated?
I'm going to ascend
the
into
son of
heaven.
God?
I want to
There
get
is
shot
one
out of a
son.
cannon. Into
Someone was. It's Hunter Thompson.
I want to be shot into the orbit. I want to orbit the Earth for 1,000 years.
Isn't that like a Scientology thing?
I don't know.
I thought it was something like that. Or a spaceship. I don't know. What do I know?
How was Curb Your Enthusiasm? Fun?
8 years of greatness.
How cool. I love Susie Essman.
Yeah, she's hilarious. She's
She
really,
called me up when she got the gig.
Yeah,
She goes, Dom, can I ask you something? Yeah. Who could say fat fuck better than me?
nobody.
I get nobody. She goes, I got the gig. I was so
I know
happy
she
for
wasn't
her.
going to do it initially, but she did it. I forget the anecdote, but she probably. Did she ever do this show?
No,
Of
she's
course
never
not.
out here. She only came out for Curb. She
You're
doesn't-
not afraid to fly because you're loaded on the plane, right? Is that basically it?
Not loaded.
Do you ever have to be like walked off the plane because you were stumbling?
No.
I have many times.
Really?
Well, that's why I'm a drunk.
So you were drunk as a comedian?
Hey, listen, know what I'd like you to watch? It's really, I'm excited about this. Honest to goodness. I have a box set coming out called Bundle of Nerves. Has a movie I did for Saturday Night Live in '79. Has drunks. It has Live at the Bottom Line, and it has a documentary of my Hollywood home, which is really cool.
Oh, cool.
And then I have, and Drunks is available on Amazon right now. And then I have a book coming out that I did with an artist that illustrates my darkness.
What's the box set called?
Bundle of Nerves.
Cool.
And the book is called Reflections from Hell. They'll all be out in the fall. But that's good. And I did a movie with Bogdanovich.
Oh, yeah?
And
you got some great credits, too, by
I
the
played
way.
a redneck. And Sybil Shepherd was my wife, but I had to play a redneck. You're going to mock the shit out of me. When I opened the door and I have a underwear on and a cowboy hat, and I lost like 10 pounds for the role. I wanted to be skinny.
Right.
I look like a piece of shit. My wife's going to leave me when she sees this shot.
When is this coming out?
I hope in about 5-6 months. But to be with Bogdanovich was sort of a trip. He's a very legendary guy back in the 60s and 70s. And
I was thinking about you because I saw...
the Big Picture Show. If you never saw it, see it.
Oh, that's
So
great.
all these great actors who
Cloris
now
Leachman
in
was
their
in that, wasn't
60s
she?
when they were 20.
Wasn't Cloris Leachman in that?
Probably.
I saw something review recently about John Candy, and
Yeah,
John,
I'm friends with his son now. He's a sweetheart.
really?
Chris Candy.
Well,
good
those
actor.
guys, they had no idea the impact they had on us.
I was in that last horror.
I know.
The movie wasn't any good, but
the Western, right?
Yeah.
I remember because I worked.
the movie wasn't funny.
I was doing a Montreal.
January '94.
Was it? And I was.
Right
He was,
before the earthquake. It was the earthquake happened.
Oh, okay. John Candy was doing the theater, and I was doing the Just for Laughs, the Club Soda.
Right.
And that's the only time I ever met him. But
What a sweetheart.
he was so fucking funny.
Unbelievable.
Johnny,
SCTV.
when he did
All
the
of
thing, Johnny LaRue.
How about 3D?
Oh yeah. Ooh, scary.
No, all of them. Those guys were
I
geniuses.
told Joe
all five.
Flaherty. I said, "Do you have any
what?
idea what you did to us?"
They had no idea.
no idea.
The best. They were like the Sid Caesar of our generation.
Yeah.
No one knows who that is, but just rent the box set of Sid Caesar and SCTV, and you'll know the best,
SCTV.
the greatest. You know why? Because
Andrea Martin was fucking brilliant. I was in a series with
and
her.
Catherine O'Hara.
Oh yeah.
They're geniuses.
They. Oh man.
And their ears were amazing. Marty Short did Robin Williams at a telethon like a monkey climbing up. I thought I was gonna. I
Who
couldn't
was the one
breathe.
that did Perry Como? That did like
Eugene Levy, probably.
Was it Eugene?
He
I
looks
thought it was
like- 'cause he
Moranis. I think it's
Moranis did Merv Griffith unbelievably.
Dave Thomas did a great Bob Hope.
One of the greats.
Fucking hilarious.
Those guys are genius. See, here's one of the reasons I don't mind being old and talking to you is because the young. Tell me if I'm wrong. The comics in their 30s and 20s for sure, they don't have a sense of history. So we came to the point when I was in my 20s and 30s, and I would do a set, and it'd be like guys who were in their late 40s who I used to watch as a kid on TV, and they'd come over to you like Steve Allen. They go, "Hey, good set." It would give you like a boost.
I don't know. Tosh is a good friend of mine.
Who?
He's in
Peter Tosh?
Daniel Tosh.
Oh,
and he's in
Daniel.
his 30s, and he has a sense of it.
Yeah, some do,
Yeah, I
but many don't.
I like a lot of there was a dearth of talent for a few years, but there's a great bunch of comedians
Right.
now. You know Bill Burr?
I heard of him.
Oh, he's fucking hilarious.
I heard he's great.
Brilliant. He's brilliant. Rogan's gotten even better and better.
Yeah, I hear he's just something. Yeah. I don't like to listen to other premises.
It's not good because you put it in your subconscious and you can come up
do you
with
feel
it.
that way? Because I don't like people say the last thing I haven't been in a nightclub in 40 years.
You know Carol Siskin?
Yeah.
Remember her? She was a friend of mine from the Improv back in the 80s. And I call her up one day. I go, "Carol, do you think this is funny?" And she goes, "Yeah, I think it's very funny." She goes, "I wrote it." I go, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, it's one of my bits." I go, now you know that I'm not stealing from her because I asked her if it was funny.
Of course.
So it was totally
it's like
something in
a
my
bad
subconscious.
joke.
Yeah. That can happen. I mean, we all...
Maybe it was true then.
Oh, it was totally her bit, and I thought I made it up. And then I asked, thank God I asked the right
Because it
person.
was stuck in your brain.
Yeah. That happened with Scheidner one time. I asked him to help me with something. The next night he did it on stage. And Mike McDonald, Canadian Mike McDonald, said, that's
right.
Dom's bit. Rich didn't even mean it. You know, it can happen. People can steal innocently.
Right.
It doesn't always have to be malicious, some guy in the back.
Yeah, but some people just sponge it in and they think it's theirs.
Yeah. I'm not smart enough to steal. I'd have to.
You're not smart enough to add.
No, I'm not smart enough to be here talking to you. Why am I interviewing you? You should just do a monologue, a soliloquy.
No, I mean, you're intelligent to a degree.
For an Italian. I couldn't compare to Jews.
No, I know a lot of... Michelangelo is much smarter than you.
Michelangelo.
Look how you're boasting. Michelangelo, you imagine lying on your... I could see you lying on your back drinking for 30 years.
He was painting the Sistine Chapel by day, getting some cock at night. What a life.
Cock? What, was he gay?
Michelangelo? Gay as the day is long, my friend.
What a name of a title. Wouldn't that be a great movie title? Gay as the day is long. The Michelangelo story. Right. Is it really Michelangelo?
I don't know. I just.
Oh, you were making me insecure again. That's why I couldn't beat you.
You can never beat me in a fight.
Let's see. So if I came over to you, just let's say, well, I'm really
I've heard that bit before, but somebody else did it.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm serious.
And then you just smashed me.
Yeah. He should have never lost
so
that
you
fight.
think we think we're running out of time?
You want to let me see? I think we're good.
I think we're 45 minutes in.
All right.
I think this is one of the best interviews you ever had.
I think you're one of the best comedians I've ever had. How you like that, tough guy?
Not bad.
3:56.
Wow.
We started at 3:15.
That's a long interview.
Well, it's not long for most people, but for you,
it's 45 minutes. And I talked a long time.
You did enough.
You never asked me one question.
I was trying to ask you. You never shut the fuck up.
All right, now I'll shut up for 5 minutes.
No, I don't want you to shut up. I wanted to ask you because I've been,
you have to ask me what?
Just the thing of stand-up compared to acting. Everybody asks me that.
That was a joke, by the way. You didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I did a President Ford. Go on.
President Ford. He goes, just when I think he's fucking.
No, because he looked at his clock when he was running against Clinton, and I worked for the Clintons for 10 years.
Are you a Democrat?
Yes. Well, I'm more of an independent now because I don't trust anybody.
I don't trust anybody either.
But I am a Democrat.
I trust Yoko and me.
Yoko? Yoko and me? That's it?
That's reality.
You know, when I heard that song, I was not a spiritual person at the time, but I was thinking about, who do I believe in? He says, I don't believe in Elvis, I don't believe in Zimmerman, I don't believe in... And he listed everything. I went, this is the greatest
Zimmerman's
song.
Bob Dylan for the kids.
John Lennon's first album, Plastic...
God is a concept.
The greatest solo album ever.
By which we measure our pain.
What a line.
Yeah.
But when he said, I don't believe in anybody, and then I said, this is what I needed. And then he says, I believe in me, Yoko and me. I went, oh, no.
And that's reality.
And I had to then get a girlfriend, and then I wound up getting 30 women that destroyed me. Until I met my wife. No, I got married at 57.
Really? You waited it out.
I wanted to get all the drugs and all the bad chicks and and I was a drunk
You
anyway.
missed those days?
There was 3 or 4 great days. You know, I wasn't totally unconscious. Great, beautiful, young women. But, you know, after a while, you say, listen, I need your blood. I have leukemia. I kind of an audition, asshole. You know, I mean, I found a beautiful woman who I'm growing old with and who's still beautiful and has my back. And you can't find that.
No.
You can't find someone it's hard to find someone who has your back. You know, and you're still attractive to. And, you know, and we're all going to die. You know, these guys, our friends, our age, who are divorced, I got, how is your son? Well, I have a 30-year-old, I have a 2-year-old, my parakeet's 111. The whole thing's so fucked up.
Yeah.
One's in rehab, one guy tried to kill himself, but one's doing well. He's an accountant at Safeway. You know, the whole thing doesn't make any sense to me when they go out with a 23-year-old. They don't know what's Serpico. They never saw Serpico.
That's before my time.
Serpico? Oh, here you go with your young audience.
I'm kidding.
I'm so fed up.
Are you fed up?
What's your favorite Pacino movie? Godfather, of course.
Dog Day Afternoon.
Me too. The most perfect movie I've ever seen. I've seen it 1,000 times.
Attica. He was fucking brilliant.
You know what you got to see? I want to tell the audience, you must see Sidney Lumet, famous director. He died at 85 or so. His last movie was called Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Rush the Soul is in it. And it's as tight as he's directed Dog Day. That's why I thought of it. one of the greatest films I've ever seen. Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. That's all. I'm just plugging
Oh,
Lumet.
that's cool. It's nice of you to plug other movies.
And I'm like to plug your movie called Where's My Clothes? That's one.
Las Vegas. You don't do Vegas, huh?
Yeah, I play, MGM. I play hotels. I don't play little nightclubs.
You sell out the MGM?
No, I haven't. And I haven't gone there in a couple of years. No.
Not that you. I mean,
It's all
such a
different
big
now.
room.
Now they have, circus acts and Carrot Top and all that stuff. I can't. They have their own theaters.
Well, what's good about those acts is
I'm happy for them.
people that don't speak English can laugh at Carrot Top and that kind of stuff.
Well, Carrot Top, because, he's probably, have you seen his show?
No.
You know him?
Yeah, know him very well.
Is he a nice guy?
Very nice.
Yeah, I figured.
Scott is his name.
Scott Top?
Scott
Is his real
Topper.
name Scott Topper?
Yeah.
What if his name is
Topolopoulos.
Carrotopoulos? So he's Greek?
He's Greek.
Carrotopoulos is Greek?
Yes, you didn't know that?
No, I thought it was Carrotberg.
What number were you in the top
I thought it
100?
was Carrotberg.
Whatever you were, you should have been higher.
45.
45.
And I looked at the people under me. I started, didn't you?
Well, you know who was right under me?
Who?
Cedric the Entertainer.
Well, it's
You know
funny.
who was right behind me?
Who?
Bobby Slayton.
Oh, you beat Slayton?
By one.
Killed him.
Yeah. Oh. Everything I do, I
But
do
those
to
things
her.
are just bullshit. There's an article, there's a magazine now, and Louis C.K., this is his time. Number one king of comedy. This is their time. But then they have the 15 funniest people in the world. Now, I don't even know half these people. But it's because it's a different time. And the editors are 25, 30, and they put their favorite comics. These guys, I know some of them, and the women, they're hilarious. But you can't say, they're funnier than Albert
I
Brooks.
said that at the beginning of the show. There's no, it's subjective.
Yeah.
It's not. You can't. If you do a 100-yard dash, and there's 6 guys, you can't say. I think the guy who came in fourth is really the fastest.
Why not?
Because the guy
he came in last.
the guy who
fourth.
came in first is the fastest, but not in this.
Can we just say this right now? The analogy made no sense. People are confused, and some people just killed somebody hearing this.
Well, thank you.
Well, because it made no sense.
It made total sense.
The guy who comes in first came in first.
Yeah.
The guy who came in fourth is a loser.
But what I'm saying
What's
is,
subjective about that?
it's objective, not subjective.
You just
You
said the
didn't-
comedy. You say he's the
Comedy's
funniest guy in the
subjective.
world. He's not. Who's funnier than Albert Brooks or Mel Brooks or come on.
A lot of comedians are funnier than Albert Brooks to some
but
people.
not when they have these magazine articles. The top
Bring
10
up another
comics.
Brooks, Brooke
What?
Shields. Now she was funny.
Brooke
Nobody made me gut laugh like her.
Shields.
Kathy Bates and Brooke Shields.
Kathy Bates, right up there. You know what number she was? She was 22. Kathy Bates. Did you ever go out with Kathy Bates?
No, I don't have a forklift.
Betty Davis. Don't do fat jokes. It's so
I don't do
beneath
fat
you.
jokes.
Don't make me
I
do
really
a fat
don't
joke
have a
with you.
fork. It was a
By the
true
way,
story.
I know you gained a little weight, so when you're
I
gonna
gained weight during this interview.
this chair comes with you to Australia, doesn't it? They
Yeah.
lift you up. And
Prop up
are you
my
going to be in
ass.
first class?
Yeah, on the way there, first class business. On the way back,
Business
is good.
No, because the movies aren't any good. It's all about kangaroo documentaries in business.
rabbit-proof fence. See it and get back to me.
Which one?
Rabbit-proof fence. Make you cry.
Is it new?
No, it's not new, but it's new for you.
All right, you going to Australia?
It's a talkie.
If you go to Australia, you watch the Peter Weir movie, The Last Wave, and you'll never get on that plane.
Thanks. I'm going in about 4 hours.
I thought you really are. All right, I'm going to go.
Richard, I love you, brother. Thank you.
All right, congratulations
Richard
on
Lewis.
being you.
Box set. What's it?
Bundle of Nerves, and the book is called Reflections from Hell.
Bundle of Nerves, Reflection from Hell. Richard Lewis, thank
The
you.
movie,
Movie. He's got a movie.
Bogdanovich in about 5 months.
Man, it's got credits. Peter Bogdanovich.
Well, why shouldn't I admit it?
Thank you, Richard.